So we're running a test here of the Thor Maingun versus Conqueror, but something funny happened in this little test on the way. We've got the siren, we've got the main gun for the Thor working on here, and it seems like there's a couple of mobs in here that the Thor Maingun just misses. I don't really understand why. I've seen it happen multiple times in other maps and I've never bothered to really study it. But it seems to be the same type of mob that it misses. So we'll see it coming up in a second. We're looking for the single fire blue ground turrets, and it'll shift into the screen from the middle left coming up shortly. There, it's coming in there. Look, it's right in the blast, and it sits immune for a while before it finally gets hit. So here's a rerun of it. It's a fair while before it gets hit. It was like, okay, so maybe it was just missing the lightning bolts. So it continued, and as it continued, it happened again. And again, it was a single shot blue bullet ground turret. We'll come into it in a couple of seconds. But this one, it's much more obvious. See, everything else is getting annihilated within seconds of it appearing. Well, within the appearing on the screen, it's disappearing. And this turret killed lots of them in the game already. So, how is it? What's going on with it, basically? Why is it missing? Here we go. Coming up after this bit. There it is, sitting in front of the laser for a long period of time, and it's only when I go off it and come back on it. Let's see here in slow motion. There, it should be taking damage right now, and it's taking nothing. Yeah, it's shooting at me. And then finally, it takes some damage, and you can see how fast it gets annihilated once the damage is actually hitting it. Really odd. And then, just to sort of round it up, I finished the level, and a really odd thing happened on the end level boss as well. So this boss, done it hundreds of times. It's the X-Wing combined fighter boss. You've got basically 3 main or 4 main stages. You fight one wing, you fight another wing, you fight it combined, and then you destroy the laser turret. And I always play it the same way. You take the middle guns out, you move on to the right, and then you move on to the left. And in the combined phase, you start on the right, so you can avoid the shots from the left. And by the time you've moved off the right, you've taken out those 2 right-hand turrets. And you basically avoid the central laser at that point. But watch what happens on this one. The bottom right turret, the one closest to you, which has always just been blown up before as is normal, doesn't take any damage at all until it's finished firing. And that's not normally happening. There, you see, it's only once it actually, the laser goes, and once my attack goes off it and then goes back onto it, does the game seem to notice that I'm actually supposed to be doing damage to it.